Morning, students. I am your social studies teacher. Welcome to your class. Today I am going to introduce second lesson of civics. Chapter is Vision Set by our Constitution. This is a part first of this lesson. In this video, you will know about the preamble to our Constitution, ideals transformed into law, and fundamental rights. First, start with introduction. We all read books, all of them start with an introduction or a preface. Similarly, our constitution is like a detailed book and the preamble is its preface. Means कि जो हमारा कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन है वो एक डिटेल्ड बुक की तरह है और वैसे ही जो इसका प्रीमेबल है वो इसका एक इंट्रोडक्टरी सेक्शन है. द प्रीमेबल इज एन इंट्रोडक्टरी स्टेटमेंट stating the aims and objective of the constitution. The preamble affirms the determination to secure liberty of thoughts, expression, beliefs, faith, worship, equality of status and opportunity, and to promote a feeling of fraternity means brotherhood among us the people, ensuring the dignity of the individual and the unity of the nation. In other words, we can say the preamble to the Constitution of India is a brief introductory statement that set out guidelines which guide the people of the nation and to present the principle of the Constitution. The preamble of our Constitution states that India is a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic. Means जो हमारा भारत है वे एक संप्रभु, समाजवादी, धर्मनिरपेक्ष, लोकतांत्रिक गणराज्य है. Sovereign means absolute independence. A government which is not controlled by any other power, internal or external. In other words, it means that the people's will in theory in sovereign. Means sovereigns का means है कि पूर्ण स्वतंत्रता. ये मतलब हमारी सरकार एक ऐसी है जो किसी भी आंतरिक या बाहरी शक्ति द्वारा नियंत्रित नहीं होती है. सेकेंड, सोशलिस्ट मीन्स अ सेक्युलर. द वर्ड सोशलिज्म हैज बीन यूज्ड इन द कॉन्टेक्स्ट ऑफ economic and social equality. It signifies the role of the state in the redistribution of wealth. This is done in order to attain ideas like removal of inequalities, provision of minimum basic necessities to all and equal pay for equal work. Secular. A secular state is neither religious nor irreligious or anti-religious. Rather, it is quite neutral in matters of religion. India is a secular state that neither encourages or discourages any religion. It has two implications. Firstly, every individual is free to believe in any practices of religion she and he belongs to, and secondly, the state does not discriminate against any individual or group on basis of religion. The Indian state should not promote any single religion and treat all religion equally. The Indian state should follow a policy of non-intervention and respect all religious sentiments without interfering with any of religious practices. Not promote any religion. The Indian state should ensure that any religious group does not dominate the other. The Indian state should protect members of a religious group from being dominated by other members of the same group. For democratic is generally referred to as a government of the people, by the people, for the people. Effectively, this means that the government is elected by the people and it is responsible and accountable to the people. The people in India elect their government at local, state and union levels by a system of universal adult franchises. Republic is a form of government where the power is exercised by the representatives elected directly or indirectly by the citizen of a country. For example, the president, who is head of a democratic country, is indirectly elected by the people for a defined period of time. Ideals transform into law. As stated in the preamble, the ideals of our country include justice, liberty, equality, and fraternity. It was essential to make up the rights and freedom more realistic, unambiguous, and transparent to give the shape of the ideals and to implement them universally. Therefore, these were granted to us by Indian Constitution as fundamental right. The founding father wanted to foster these ideals among the people. They thought that the ideals would guide all those who would work on the constitution from time to time. Now they are elaborate in the fundamental rights, the active principles of state policy and fundamental duties. First, fundamental rights. Every human being is entitled to enjoy certain rights which ensure a good and healthy living. Means जितने भी ह्यूमन बीइंग है सभी ह्यूमन बीइंग हकदार होते हैं कुछ अपने राइट्स को एंजॉय करने के लिए ताकि वो एक अच्छी और हेल्दी लाइफ जी सके. द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ऑफ इंडिया offers all the citizens some basic rights. These rights known as fundamental rights. Fundamental rights are one of the important feature of the Indian Constitution. These rights are justiciable, which means that if someone is denied these rights, he or she can go the Supreme Court. First one is right to equality. The right to equality guarantees that states shall not discriminate against any citizen on the basis of religion, race, caste, sex or place of birth. Means समानता का अधिकार यह बताता है कि राज्य किसी भी धर्म, जाति, लिंग या जन्म के स्थान के आधार पर किसी भी नागरिक के साथ भेदभाव नहीं करेगा. It also ensures equality before the law, which means that all people are treated equally before the law. It does not grant any special privilege to any individual. यह कानून से पहले यह सुनिश्चित करता है कि यह किसी के लिए भी कोई भी स्पेशल प्रिविलेजेस प्रोवाइड नहीं करेगा. This right ensures that every individual has access to all public places. It also ensures an equal opportunity to citizens in areas of public employment. This right is embodied in articles of the Constitution that abolish untouchability and the use of titles. There are certain exceptions to the right of to equality. For example, मतलब कभी कभी कुछ certain ऐसी expectations होती हैं जब ये rights follow नहीं होता. For example, the state may also make special provision for women and socially and economically backward classes. Right to freedom. The citizen enjoys several freedom under the right of freedom. First, freedom of speech and expression. Every citizen is free to express his or her thoughts and ideas through the speech, through the writings and through the newspapers. He and she is free to criticize and speak against the policy of the government to if and she disagree with them. Second, freedom to assemble. In order to express their views and to exchange ideas, citizens can assemble peacefully without arms at any place. They can also assemble for celebrating a festival or other such purposes. Freedom to association. Citizens of India have a freedom to form associations or unions like trade unions, educational unions or cultural societies. Freedom of movement. Every Indian citizen has the freedom to go anywhere in the country. One can move from one place to place, city to city and state to state. Freedom to reside and settle. Indian citizens have a freedom to reside and settle in any part of our country. Freedom against exploitation. All Indian citizens have a right to fight against exploitation of any kind. मतलब किसी के साथ कैसा भी अगर एक्सप्लॉयटेशन हो रहा है तो वो इस बात का हकदार होता है कि वो उसके खिलाफ बोल सके. द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन प्रोहिबिट्स ऑल द फॉर्म ऑफ फोर्स लेवल. संविधान में हर तरह के अगर कोई भी फोर्स लेवल है उस पे रोक लगाई गई है. दिस मीन्स दैट नो बडी कैन बी फोर्स टू वर्क विदाउट वेजेस अगेंस्ट देयर विश. द राइट्स प्रोहिबिट्स human trafficking, forced labor, child labor. If anyone is forced to do these things, he and she can go to the court in order to protect his or her fundamental rights. Right to freedom of religion. India is a very vast country where people of different religions and beliefs live together. All religions are equal before the law, as India is a secular state. Every person has a right to practice, profess, and propagate the religions his and her choice. Cultural and educational rights. All Indian citizens have equal rights related to cultural education. Every child is free to receive education up to any level in educational institution without being discriminated on the basis of caste, creed, religion, and sex. Citizens also have the freedom to propagate, practice, and preserve any culture they choose. Right to constitutional remedies. This right is most important right as it protects all the fundamental rights. It allows citizens to move the court if they believe that any of their fundamental rights has been violated by the state, organization, or any individual. Right to education. The right to education is a fundamental right. It promotes individual freedom and empowerment and helps in overall development of a person. However, millions of children and adults remain deprived of educational opportunities, mostly due to poverty. On 1st April 2010, our constitution passed a law making education as a fundamental right for every child. The Right of Children to Free and Compulsory Education Act aims at providing free elementary education for children in the age group of 6 to 14 years. This one is fundamental rights as human rights. Our country played an active role as a member of Commission on Human Rights since its creation in 1946 by United Nations. Commission on Human Rights was replaced by the United Nations Human Rights Council in 2006. India took an active part in drafting of the Universal Declaration on Human Rights and made significant contribution to it. Freedom against exploitation.